What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with the Expedition of the Damned, our Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition campaign. I am your GM, your DM for the night, Jumbo Thick, and we are joined by the full cast and crew of the expedition. We're all here. We're all here to find out how far we can trudge through the sands. So, let's do some brief introductions before we get into the story tonight, or the continuation, I should say. Let's start off with the Doob, Doobie 209.
Yes, I play Henry Bartold, a 6'2". We're probably about 250 now.
Okay, okay,
Solid muscle.
solid.
And we're
Jesus,
I mean, we're like an NFL linebacker over
yeah,
here.
that's impressive.
And I dumped all my XP into willpower, so my willpower is now up to a 53.
Okay, well there
And
we
Travis
go.
Kelsey over here,
Yeah, damn it, man. All right, well let's slide on down to the Daniel Decker.
Hey everybody, it's me, Danny D, and I'll be playing Nog, the only non-human other than my pal Rory, non-human in the group. He's an ogre, 10.5 foot tall, throat ripper he is, and we got into that if you're caught up last session.
Indeed,
We ripped a few throats to gain some knowledge. It was great.
Yeah, it was disturbing.
I think
remember.
it really well. It was very much in Mr. Luthor's favor.
All right, let's slide on over to Nate.
everybody. Nate here. I'll be playing Lucien Levesque, human duelist, standing around 5'7", wielding rapier and pistol, sometimes other things. And I just recently bumped my strength up to a 30.
Oh, big man. Hey, it means you got an extra wound.
I did.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm talking about.
yeah, I'm 5'7", maybe 165,
Damn, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I got some lean strength to me,
Yeah, exactly. Let's slide over to Jumbo Smooth.
Hello, everyone. I am Jumbo Smooth. I play Luther Steinhauer. He's a 6 feet tall wizard, pyromancer. If we're doing weights, I don't know. He's not very big. I probably 175.
Oh, bigger than Lucian.
I mean, Lucy's a little shorter. I'm 6 foot tall. I feel like that's appropriate.
Appropriate, yes.
He does also have a strength of 30 as well. Naturally gifted with that strength.
Naturally gifted.
Naturally gifted. Yeah. But he is a pyromancer. He is a master pyromancer currently. He did have an apprentice. He has access to the 4th and 5th keys of secrets. Light warhorse, And last but not least, he's Gandalfing it up right now.
Oh my God!
I got dual wielding, and my gracious DMs allowed me to use the staff and sword at the same time. Will I be useful with it? No. I'm not very good in melee, but I can do it. I have both of them. There might be occasions where
maybe he doesn't.
It's just like I'm wielding Glamdring over here, the bow hammer.
Man, yeah, exactly. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Pierce Galactic.
What's going on, everybody? It's Pierce Galactic, and as always, I play Wolfram, everybody's favorite handgunner, a towering 5'10" and a beefy 170 with a strength of 24 that can never ever increase. Although he might have an agility of over 60, so I think that makes up with it. So, but yeah, just whether it's a handgun, whether it's a pistol, whether it's hopefully soon a flame cannon, no one matches him.
No one matches him, indeed. All right. Well, in that case, that will bring us into the actual campaign. So, last we left off, the crew of the expedition has found themselves in the great desert of Araby. Through a unfortunate event, a eruption of demonic forces, spurred on by what are now known as the eyes. Now I have to remember what the name of my own Knight Pantheon thing was.
Eyes of Change.
Eyes of Change. There we go. Found it. There we go. That's what I keep you around
Hey,
for.
give
Lucian.
that man
That's
a
what I'm talking
point.
about. You know what? Why don't you take an extra fortune point for tonight, Lucian? You know, that's what I'm talking about. The Eyes of Change did manage to somewhat influence the outcomes of how the expedition was going to make it through the desert by summoning a demonic rift of some kind, whether it was on purpose or just by happenstance, where beasts of the blood god, bloodletter specifically, tore their way through the immaterium, cleaving into the camp, while many of its denizens mutated into foul, abominable creatures, spawn of chaos itself. There was chaos that you dealt with as quickly as possible. After the cleanup and regathering of resources, finding out that the knights had abandoned you, taken on a new name, and ultimately, after stealing the private diary of Magister Reyna from Luther Steinhauer, had fled on horseback as fast as they can go, at least, with their baggage train and everything else they had coming with them towards Sudenburg, hopefully to get there before the rest of the expedition could recover. Deciding to make haste as quickly as possible, with your food stores and resources dwindling to almost nothing, as not only did the knights take with them supplies and manpower, but they also took with them a fair amount of your own men that you had at your disposal that were not killed in the previous incursion. But not all of them, quite obviously, as you were on your way to Vulture Mountain to seek out fresh resources, specifically water, clean water, and hopefully find some kind of food source or game while you were there. You ran afoul of some deserters. The small group of you scouted them out, scouted ahead. It was a group of around 30 men or so, and decided to chase them down. A few of them had handguns that opened fire on your group, tagging Luther. The rest of you pretty much unfazed. You ran them down and proceeded to massacre them until there were only but 10 left. And then Mr. Luther, as Nog puts it, put the 10 to the questions. And it was a brutal display of savagery amongst the fellows of the expedition that they've probably ever seen Luther Steinhauer exhibit in all his glory. I feel like he deserves a point of corruption for it. But
he does. He does.
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
A celebration.
Evil is not necessarily chaotic, bro.
That is true.
Necessarily chaotic.
It's true.
You know.
But evil is evil. That's all I'm saying. It is what it is. Regardless, though, in what a very grisly display, with Nog pretty much being used as the de facto method of execution, a very brutal fashion of being eaten alive. You decided you gathered as much information as you can. Nog, ironically, gathering a vast majority of it as he was eating people and absorbing their many memories together. Until you ultimately, in all of your, I don't know what you would call it, masochism, sadism, it would be sadism. You decided to leave
sadism,
one man alive just to
tell the story,
experience everything that happened. Left him with no resources, pretty much like without his cloak, everything, just left him out in the desert to die. Because sure, he's going to tell someone in this grand desert. But you rode off with the rest of the expedition with new information in tow towards Vulture Mountain. After a few days, you saw the mountain in sight, but you also found that there was a large encampment at the base of the mountain. It appears that there were ogres. A tribe had made camp here, led by a bizarre chieftain, what Nog would have informed you as a butcher or a prophet of the Maw. Almost like a shaman, kind of. Whom said that the Maw gave him visions to venture into the great desert and consume all that lies within. And one of his many stops along the way brought him to the mountain, seeking out a mythical creature known as the Shrieker. You managed, through some pretty good storytelling and cunning of the mighty Throat Ripper with his own kind, to gain access to the mountain. Just right offhand, you guys could technically go there right now if you wanted, unmolested by the ogre tribesmen, as you were given protection under the prophet himself. However, the ogres did mention that they'd recently come into a great supply of foodstuff and stores of something from a human caravan that passed by that they consumed and reprocured their goods. And they were willing to barter with the great Nog and his human cohorts, as it appears that the Shriekers become much more of a nuisance than the prophet had first realized, as the few ogre hunting tribes that not tribes, but bands that he sent out to claim the giant beast have not returned. And so, you all decided to make a deal with the Prophet of the Maw. One so being that you would bring back the corpse of the Shrieker to the tribe for a mighty feast to partake of its flesh in honor of the Maw itself. However, it would have to be somewhat intact. It could not be burned and destroyed. Would have to be at least, well, that's pretty much the only direction you were given. You were given direction not to burn it, essentially. With that in mind, you guys did decide that you would probably take him up on the offer, and left the camp undisturbed. It was dicey there for a few moments, as you guys were literally in the belly of some mighty beasts. Some that have a much less civil culture than many of the men of the Empire and beyond are used to. As you did bear witness to an argument between two ogres being resolved and one being eaten by the other. Regardless, though, leaving the encampment, you returned back to the expedition caravan, where you decided to make camp a decent distance away from the ogres' encampment, probably for good reason. And as you were going to prepare yourselves to hunt the Shrieker the next morning, Wolfram, being on watch the latest, was bear witness to a massive creature flying through the night sky, past the caravan into the desert, in the direction of the mangled corpses that you had left behind in the vast sands. As it flew overhead, the wind from its wings literally producing enough force to move and shake the tents in the encampment below Wolfram's hair back. And the shriek loud enough to pretty much wake everybody from their slumber if they were sleeping. And that's where we're picking up. So, you guys are more than welcome to do anything you'd like, or we can just skip to the morning and begin our trek as you see fit.
I can't remember. Did I actually talk to anybody about that last night?
We kind of ended.
Or did we end right after we?
We ended right on the site of it.
All right. We'll probably note that, and then in the morning, inform the rest of the team here.
informed, indeed. All right, if that's the case, the next morning will come, all of you rousing to wakefulness, those that weren't on watch, and the day is yours as Wolfram gathers the rest of the party, at least the hopefully hunting party, and informs everyone of what he would bear witness to last night.
You guys would not have believed it. I felt the gust of wind, and I looked up and I saw a shadow cross the sky, silhouetted by the moon. And it appeared to go back behind us where we left all those deserters. So the ones that we had to put to the question. Perhaps we should go back and investigate, or maybe we should find some more volunteers as bait. I guess there's no dissension in the ranks. I will go and I will pick out 20 volunteers right now.
Can we not just find its nest?
I could tell you the direction it came from where I saw, but that doesn't mean that's the direction its nest was.
I can't remember. What did the mongrel recommend last session?
Well,
Did he recommend?
The mongrel did mention that if he's tracked a lot of targets, well, usually not monsters, but he has tracked a few in his time. But usually the best way, if you want to get on a creature that's awake at night, is to move upon it during the day. It's at its weakest point. This creature apparently is more nocturnal than it is up and moving during the day for some reason. And thus, your best bet might be to take it at night. I mean, during the day, which would mean finding its nest.
I mean, I can point in the direction that I saw it from. Again, I don't know if that's the nest, but we could at least go in that direction if the mongrel will help us. Perhaps his tracking skills.
Yeah, the only thing in the area, anywhere in the vicinity outside of sand dunes, is the Vulture Mountain. It is the only landmark for miles in any direction. To give you perspective on what the mountain looks like, it's kind of split towards the top. It's kind of looks like the kind of like strange, tall, slender mountains you kind of see in like Colorado, where there's like the sand is worn away all around them, almost like pillars. The top of it kind of looks like that. Yes, kind of like that. And it's very worn down, but still quite tall. None of you are like mountaineers or anything like that, but it's a fairly tall mountain.
But I can say I'm not super excited about climbing this mountain. I have no experience. I have the hands of a noble, as you know, and we are not predisposed to scaling cliffs and jagged rocks. Perhaps we can acquire some rope, and perhaps maybe Nazaro or Feng Shi has some climbing equipment we can use. I'm sure Henry I would have no trouble climbing something so steep, perhaps Nog, but myself, I don't have the strongest back.
Mr. Luthor, that can't be true.
I know, Nog, I know. Well, I don't believe he can. Let me double check.
The only problem I have with the mountain idea is that, one, we lose the horses, and we lose any open terrain, as we will all be cramped up in a small spot, probably very dangerous.
Henry, I fear I must disagree with you. I think that to be out in the open from an aerial monster makes us extremely in a very poor position for us because we have no cover. The creature can attack from any direction, and if you had seen the size of it, it was terrifying. I feel that if we were at the mountain and at least used a little bit of stealth, perhaps that we can get to its lair and catch it in cramped conditions where perhaps it cannot open its wings completely, it cannot use its rending talons completely, its savage tearing beak would not be able to use completely. I don't know. I did not see these things, but I just, it's like my hand told me that I just had or in my head, I had a tortured vision
my
of
head,
what this creature
My
looks like.
hand.
Yeah.
I mean, my head.
My head,
Well,
my head, I
from-
mean.
I am no monster hunter, but I did read fairy tales as a child of a brave character that would go around slaying monsters. He had long, whitish, silver hair. They referred to him as the Butcher. And there was a story where he was fighting a griffin, and he fought it in an open field as he shot it out of the sky, and it tumbled him and his trainer, we'll say, his master. That's my experience over hunting monsters.
Well, isn't that great that you can read?
It is
Yes.
thanks to my nobility. Nothing to do with my character sheets.
Nothing to do with being taught to read earlier in the game.
Retcon.
Is a mongrel here
He can be.
with us? I would like to ask him, a creature of this size, is his name? What's his name one more time? It's not just
Who?
the mongrel, right? It's the mongrel, like Kirschner. Kirschner.
Let's see here. Hold, please. You mean his actual name, not his
Actual name.
Okay. His actual name is.
I thought I had it written down, but I don't.
Walter Kirsch.
Walter Kirsch. Okay. Yeah, Kirsch. Is there any sort of strategy you use when you're hunting a beast of this size? Do you try to tie it down or use some sort of grappling hooks to impede its flying ability?
I usually just blow it up.
Oh, well, yes, that would be good. Unfortunately, we do need to have this beast relatively unmolested. I'm not allowed to use my fire magic, I remind you. So hopefully we can avoid blowing it up. We need small wounds, you know.
If you're not going to. If it's as timid as it seems to be, it's not going to attack a large group. It appears to only go for things that are expired or by themselves as well. If you plan on ambushing it, you would need to find suitable bait and then able to disguise yourselves well enough that the creature would not see you.
It has a roost, is it?
On the other
there-
side, if you were to scale the mountain, find its roost, as long as it doesn't see you approaching, you could get a surprise on it for sure.
If we were to do that, how would we get it down from the mountain if it's as big as it appeared to be?
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I just think we need to consider that.
Valid point.
Maybe your ogre can toss it off the side or something.
Nog, your conversation, I was trying to overhear, and I will admit sometimes my mind tended to wander as the delicate nature of your language sometimes eluded me. But your war chief over there, he seemed to wanted this thing untouched, unspoiled. Is this like a deer that one would shoot, hopefully in the chest? Is that acceptable? Or are we talking no blemishes whatsoever? Because that's very hard to do, and I would feel like an impossible task. I don't just want to bring it back and him be insulted and then try to kill us after all this hard work we've done.
Yeah. Nog, why don't you make me a lore ogre test, Nog?
Lord.
I thought he said we could blow a hole in it. We just can't light it on fire.
Yeah, I heard that we could shoot it.
Oh my! Let's see. This is the chances
I'm gonna throw
are
6
slim.
at it otherwise.
James.
Well, you get extra success with Rory by
You
yourself.
do. He's here with me. It's true.
Rory's always with you.
He's
Governor?
always with me. That's a 96.
That's like the reverse super
Come on,
crit.
that's terrible. That's pretty
Does that
terrible.
pass?
No, that does not
No, it
pass.
doesn't.
There's no way that passes.
Nope, not on this planet or any other.
Nope. Nog kind of scratches his head.
Oh no, governors.
It's all right, Master Nog. Don't strain yourself too hard.
Sorry, everyone.
So did we decide on the mountain or the ambush? I believe we decided on the mountain, right? Am I crazy?
You are a leader. I mean, there's been counsel from Henry, counsel from me, counsel from we haven't heard yet Lucian, but Luther, you are the leader. You will be making the decisions. So whichever you feel is best.
It seems like it would be best for combat, but the getting there and the getting back may be more difficult. But it may be worth the trade-off.
Well, I guess we're mountain climbing. Let us get some equipment. I don't want to. Who knows how long it'll take us to scale this thing? Is it like a mountain or a butte?
Like
Can we
7
do this in a
sessions.
day, or is it like an Everest type of thing?
No, this isn't like an Everest. I mean, you guys could do this in a day.
Okay.
You could definitely get up there.
Okay, cool. I would like to go to whoever in our caravan who might have some rope, perhaps climbing equipment. I know we might not have climbing equipment, but
Talking to Nazaro, he has no idea why you need climbing equipment, and he has plenty of rope.
okay.
But
That's
he
what I
does, strangely enough, as you're speaking to him, the old peddler, Feng Shi. Oh, yes! Approaches. Climbing equipment you need. I have just the thing. And he
So resourceful.
he
What will we
leaves
do without this guy?
into his caravan, into his little caravan, and he comes back with an assortment of strangely, I wouldn't call them elegant, but I would call them expertly fashioned climbing. What's the word? So there's a set of picks, and then there's like these things that attach to your
Pitons?
feet.
Oh.
These are like actual. It's like a device that it fits to your foot, to your boot, and whenever you apply pressure, it kind of is explaining this to you. A spike pushes itself out of the front of it and will penetrate into whatever is in front of it, allowing you
Fantastic.
to climb sheer surfaces very easily.
Wow.
And he has enough for the 4 human compatriots. Sadly, none are big enough to fit Nog, but Nog will probably not need them regardless.
That's all right. I probably can climb it.
He says, I will give these to you as a loan, indeed. I, of course, ask for just a small sum in return. Perhaps we work it out with your patrons.
Yes. This is fantastic, Feng Shi. Thank you so much.
Indeed.
So resourceful, that Feng Shi.
And he goes back into his little his little hut and disappears.
Sure want to take a nice look inside that hut one day. You know,
You can look in there.
peek the old head in and
Barge in, bro. Just go ahead. Just barge in.
Feng
You
Shi.
don't want to know what's going on here.
You peek in. There's like a beaded curtain. You kind of push him aside. You don't see the old man at first, and then suddenly there's a tap on your shoulder. I am here, sir. Like what? What? You turn back and see him. You can't really see inside during the day. It's very dark. There's not like any candles or anything lit in there. You just see, it looks like just clusters of just junk, knickknacks, baubles, and things all over the place.
Let's off to the mountain though. Off to the mountain.
Okay. You get adequate provisions. You were given some provisions from the Maw tribe, Nog. So Nog will be set for a while, even though he did
Gorge himself.
gorged himself to bursting.
Pretty good, pretty good.
So,
A little snack.
you know, but unfortunately, the ogre is ever hungry, and but he got a fair few morsels to keep that along. The rest of you, however, are taking along probably minimal amounts of food, just because there's not much left. The caravan stops, and they kind of like stay where they're at. The camp's going to stay where it's at. Don't want to get too close to the ogres just yet, just in case something happens. Still with an eyesight of the mountain. It's only about like a 10-15 minute ride on horseback to there. All of you travel to the mountain's bottom. Luther, are you attempting to bring Ignis?
No. As Ignis, unfortunately, he does not have the climb trait.
Mm-hmm.
So he might be able to do it, but he'll be tough.
Be tough. Okay.
Yeah.
Construct left behind yet again. Just kind of sits there
Yeah,
stoically.
I know.
The rest of you all of you do manage to get to the mountain unhindered, unspoiled, and begin your trek up. To begin your climb, first off, the mongrel gives you some words of advice before you leave. And specifically, he tells you that your best bet is to find a game trail, if there is any, to get you as far up the mountain as possible before you begin to climb. So doing will require an outdoor survival check from one of the party members.
Probably me.
From Luther, yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any points in outdoor survival?
Nope.
Negative.
You don't want this guy going there.
Then you cannot get any aid, Luther.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, no, I have, wait. I have a
Which way
point.
is north?
I have a point in. I have outdoor survival. It's very low. But
Yeah, that's fine. But if Wolfram has a point, he can give you a plus 10 to the roll.
Plus 10.
Sweet.
Ooh, I'll need to reroll anyway.
Okay.
It was close though. Oh shit, that's crit.
A crit! Critical success, a 44. Okay.
44.
Beautiful.
Game trails are
I
bountiful.
am one with nature.
Between Luther beginning to kind of like use his
Radagast.
use his natural intuition and kind of looking at the weave of magic, begins to suss out a particular trail that has fragments of oh man, I can never remember the name of the wind. The lore of beasts, though, basically game. You find kind of remnants of I can't remember.
It's Gur.
Gur. There it is. Gur of Gur.
Yes.
Wolfram as well, kind of aiding you and using his excellent vision to help guide you towards the proper path. And with a critical success, you find almost like a goat trail. that leads pretty damn far up the mountain. It kind of double backs on itself several times, but it keeps you from actually doing any serious climbing for quite some time. After about an hour or so of climbing this kind of like little goat path, you stop and begin to kind of, at your greater vantage point, begin to kind of look around, look out into the vast sands, and all you see for miles around you is nothing but sand dunes, as far as you can actually see, before the literal heat of the day that is beginning to swelter up against gives strange, almost like rippling like water effects along the very edge of your vision. The very heat, a baking, almost like that of an oven. But as you go look out and contemplate what's to come, Luther, instructing everyone that from here on you will be climbing. Those of you with the climbing equipment will put them on. All right, after everything is secured, thus begins the great climb. But before that, you hear a voice bellow out. Ah! Nog, you kind of like look over, and you see about 200-300 feet from you, are what appears to be 4 large ogres with large spears slung across their backs, shirtless, of course, because most ogres are. No, they have like this strange kind of like cloth head wrapping around their heads. Their massive rotund bellies bearing like strange scars and marks across them. They kind of look towards you, Nog, and the rest of the humans. Boy, you going after the bird?
The bird? We're looking for the screecher.
Screech thing, yeah, bird.
Fly, does it?
They kind of hear him mumbling to some of the other guys. Hey, you keep off all game.
No, we're on a mission from the Prophet.
The Prophet don't make rules up here. We make rules.
We could settle that, I reckon.
Then the game's afoot.
No, I'll be eating your foot.
That's how it says. He kind of like punches one of the other ogres and says something to him. Hey, you stay out of our way.
Not trying to get in your way. The Prophet promised us no trouble.
We'll be saying who gets it first. As the ogres begin to very quickly climb as fast as they can, digging in with their giant meaty paws and beginning to scale up their side of the mountain. I think we're entering into a skill challenge.
Oh no.
Yeah. I mean,
to see who makes it to the top
shoot them down.
To see who makes
Shoot
it
'em
to the
down.
top first.
Great.
All right.
That's an option, right?
Will the ogre huntsman make it to the top before the hunters of the expedition?
No.
We shall find out.
Nog's gonna win.
Nog's gonna win. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and we're gonna go. We're gonna go counterclockwise, like we normally do. Which means young Henry is going to be first up. Henry, this is a skill challenge.
Yes.
How shall you aid your comrades as you witness these ogres quickly spring into action? Their physicality on par, if not a little bit better than Nog's in this environment.
I mean, let's be honest here. Henry doesn't offer too much to the party. He is strong, he is attractive, and his intelligence is below average. So, you know, he throws balls far. and flexes his muscles. So I'm gonna climb.
He's gonna climb.
That's all I can do.
All right. With the climbing equipment, you will get a +20 to your climb roll.
Oh shit. Okay.
This is Eastern climbing
Are you
equipment.
fucking kidding me?
Oh, did you still fail with an 85? Holy shit. I guess you better use a fortune point to re-roll that.
I know. So I had a +20, right?
Yes, you do have a +20.
I mean, do I just make it a success with my fortune
Roll
point,
those
or do I
dice, dude. The
re-roll it?
gamble is what it's all about.
It's up to you.
I mean, a 76 is what I gotta get. Like, that's pretty good.
I have some ogres that are going to be also climbing. Just throwing that
I mean,
out
this is what I do.
It says what
There we
you
go.
did.
28.
Oh, look at that.
28.
Look at that. Was that 5 levels of success?
Is it 5? 4.
4, because it's a 76.
Yeah,
is my
76,
goal.
so 4. 4 levels of success for Henry, as Henry quickly also springs into action, ushering the rest of you to do the same. As...
Probably, my as like the opening scene of Commando. My biceps are
Holy shit! I love it.
are going. Sweat, my veins.
I love it. I'm picturing Cliffhanger right now for some reason. I don't know why.
Cliffhanger, Stallone.
Yes, Stallone Cliffhanger. Just beginning to really get in there. Not even bothering with the actual picks for climbing. Just using the boots and those hands. All right. As Henry quickly begins to scale up, the rest of you following suit, following a path behind him. Nog, more so than anything, just kind of hanging back. Well, but is he? We're about to find out. Nog, how are you going to aid us in this skill challenge?
Am I going to? I have a couple of options.
How are you going to do this, Nog?
Just let's see. I have a pretty good. I mean, we can't do climb because we're already climbing, right? So
You are technically already climbing, yes.
yeah. So we've covered climb as our skill. I thought perhaps I pretty good shot at an athletics check.
Okay.
I've got a pretty good shot with an endurance, but I feel like I should intimidate these
Sure.
other small
like that
gut
Go ahead.
ogres.
Go ahead and give it to me, Nog. I mean,
All right,
let's
so
hear.
I'm gonna
let's hear
yell.
it.
I'm yelling it. I'm telling how long has it been since you eat? It looks like it's been a month. You skinny bastards.
Oh,
Just
I love
giving them the business.
go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
All
Nog.
right,
I love it.
And Roy's rooting me on. He's saying the most foul things that a halfling ever said
Most
to
foul
the
things.
ogres, right?
Yeah, exactly. I love it.
Oh, that's that's
that's-
not good. I have an 80 plus Roy is a 90, but I think I probably need to try and do something else.
Yeah, you might want to use your one fortune point to re-roll that.
I'm gonna take my fortune point out of here. Reroll that. That's right. Make that zero.
It's a wise decision.
Yeah, I think so. I don't want to lose this intimidation check. All right, come on, fellas. That's actually
Got it.
2 levels of success.
2 levels of success.
Yeah.
All
I
right, you
insulted them mightily.
You bellow out to the ogres, who have begun to climb rapidly as well. They get to make a check every time you guys do.
Tell them their grandmas were spit back out by the maw.
Ogre. Yeah, Nog.
Terrible ogre.
Nog starts talking shit. Roy as well, kind of hyping him up as you guys are rapidly climbing. You see one of the ogres kind of stop and go, "Oh, what?" He just kind of he just kind of just completely stops, hampering the rest of his party as they kind of get jammed up behind him, deeply disturbed by Nog's remarks. All right, that'll bring me over to Lucien.
I think my best bet is probably an athletics test.
Okay.
No, maybe go for a big one-handed dino move.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. I like it.
Or rock climbing terminology for
It is.
fellow
You're
rock
gonna get
climbing
3 point. You don't even-
documentary enjoyers.
I'll definitely.
You're not gonna
not
get
act-
extra
not
credit
actual
for
rock
this.
climbing.
I will give you the
Mr.
climbing
Tom Cruise in
equipment
Mission
bonus
Impossible
for
2.
this. So plus 20 to your roll, Lucien.
Let's go. Oh yeah, that's gonna be
Pretty damn good. A 25.
5 levels of success.
5 levels of success as Lucien goes for a hell of a maneuver. As it was looking like you guys were starting to kind of fall behind. It's this massive,
Show off.
massive leap. Henry, you just look over, you're like, you kind of look down and you see him just make this hell of a leap. And as he does, another one of the ogre goes, "Oh, did you say that little one?" As they start kind of going back and forth. It's like, "Shut up, you stupid, shut up." They start like kicking each other, and they're getting quite distracted. Every roll so far, they've been kind of falling behind. That will bring me to the mighty Luther.
This is where it gets fun.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have many talents.
Oh, you're such a liar. He's a liar!
I don't have many talents.
Luther's
saw-
a man of words, not action.
If we saw his character sheet,
Sure.
the list of talents would be like insane.
Well, yes,
Like,
actual
look at
talents,
this.
yes.
Look at this.
I do have actual talents, but they're not the kind of talent I need right now. You
That's
know,
not
I
our
got
survival.
Make
I
it
got
work
these
for
sixth
you.
sense. I got these fast hands.
Fast hands.
I got second sight. I'm attractive, obviously.
Tell me what you want to do, Luther.
Well, Luther says to himself, "This is all well and good, but the ogres had a point. There's no rules on the mountain, and
Oh yeah, you can open up for me too, bro. Do it.
Luther's going to channel some magic in preparation for if things are going poorly by the next turn to unleash some things upon these ogres on the mountain."
So you're
Big climb.
climbing and channeling.
Hey, I don't need to do anything with hand motions or anything. I just have to
I know.
do it.
I will say this might be a little bit more difficult than normal, Luther.
Okay.
You know,
You
I'm thinking
do
this
what you gotta
is a
do.
difficult task, Luther. There's a lot to focus on.
Okay.
High stakes, one might say, Luther.
I mean, I always succeed on my channeling test when my stakes are the highest.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what, Luther.
Mhm.
If your channeling test fails,
Ooh,
there will be repercussions. Not magical, physical repercussions.
physical repercussions.
So there you go. Go ahead and make your roll, Luther. With that in
Okay.
mind.
I'm scared. All right, let's see.
Come on, 99. Let's
Alright,
get that
definitely.
99, roll it. What?
It's 99!
It's a
Oh my
99!
Holy shit!
Holy shit!
But you're winning a million again.
Holy shit!
I gotta reroll it, bro.
Oh,
Shouldn't point that,
99. I can't believe it. I called it.
I saw the 9 roll, and I was like, he's gonna be right. And then
Let's
another
call.
9 dropped.
Let's call. Let's get the big 100. Let's get the 100 going.
you
88.
say that?
38. So that's 6 levels of success.
Oh, you bastard! The back of the 3 was covered up. On my screen, it looked like an 88. Damn it!
It's alright, bro.
That's
38.
a 38.
Bullshit.
The dice be dicing tonight.
Okay. Luther begins to channel magic, whispering to himself as he is focusing. You hear,
He's gonna fuck you up.
yeah, as you're climbing, Luther, you're like, you hear, you feel fingers kind of like dig into your shoulder, Luther.
Ah.
You're like, uncomfortable as you're climbing, and you feel the hot breath on your throat and the back of your
Damn it,
neck.
Nog.
As you begin to say that, you hear, "I will help you."
Yvonne?
And we go over to Wolf.
right.
So there we go.
All right, I got a few options here. I got some super options. I don't think I'm going to shoot anybody until Luther does, which is what I thought I was going to do. I'm thinking about it. Well, this is the scenario I pictured that those ogres are climbing up just slightly ahead of us after Nog put them in their places with a nice full-powered insult. They might have swung a little bit and knocked some rocks down. And as these rocks are coming down, I would like to try and dodge out of the way of them as I climb.
Sure. I don't mind that at all, Wolfram.
Because otherwise, it's gonna be perception. So let's do something different today.
I'm gonna raise the stakes for you, Wolfram. It's not gonna be rocks. So continue.
It's an ogre.
We'll say what happens.
Oh.
It's poopy!
Let's just hope you do well.
It's boo-boo!
That's 2 levels of success.
2 levels of success. Very good, Wolfram. As you see one of the ogres that just looks pissed, you see as he grabs a rock as he's climbing, rips it free, and just hurls it. The 5 of you.
I'm going to shoot him next turn.
He hurls it, and you see it, Wolfram. It's coming towards you. Should you have failed this roll, you would have caught a boulder to the face. But you see it, and you ah! And you kind of grasping. Strangely enough, your hand aids you oddly in a way that where you are stuck to the mountain when you shouldn't be, and you kind of free fall for a moment as the boulder flies past you, and you kind of realign yourself with that in mind. All right, let me roll for the ogres one more time. Not good. They are falling way behind. They're falling further and further down, kind of fighting with each other at this point. But that's the end of the first round. You guys are firmly in the lead. Should you get 4 more levels of success, you will have reached the top well before the ogre hunting party. We start once again with Henry.
Yes, I mean Henry's in a competition of strength now with an ogre.
He is. What's he gonna do?
I mean, I like to use strength climbing again. If possible.
Let's go.
Or if we have to pick new ones or not, I don't know.
Let's go for it, Henry. That's fine, Henry. It's fine. We got it.
Okay. Like I said, Henry's a one-trick pony. I'm dumb. Oh yeah.
38.
That's 3.
3 levels of success.
Yeah, 3.
3 levels of success.
All upper body too. I'm not using my legs.
Upper body, just upper body.
Glamour muscles, baby.
He's getting it. He comes to one of those ledges that hangs out. He doesn't even use his legs. He just kind of climbs up with just the hands.
Go out your forearms, bro.
All upper body.
Drop your sword later.
He's doing this in plate armor as well. It's impressive.
I mean, not plate armor. I feel like I dressed. I mean, it was probably hot, so I dressed down a little bit.
Dressed down a little bit. Okay. I'll keep that in mind when the battle starts. As you get to the top, Henry.
If I'm not going to take, fatigue points here.
Fuck, what's your problem, Will? You're playing over.
He's being modest. He's just using his pinky.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just like, he doesn't want the rest of us to feel bad.
The ogres are not. They're not keeping up. They're not keeping up. Nog, can you finish the deal?
The insults have worked. Nog is going to need to push through, so we're going to do an endurance check.
Okay. Let's see what you got, Nog. Let's see what you got.
Let's endure, dear Rory. Oh, let's see. Yeah, 37 under a 65, so that's like 3 plus Rory.
Yeah, 3. Plus Roy. So yeah, 4. No problem. The mighty Nog, enduring in the rear, somewhat kind of keeping you all motivated, Wolfram especially. Luther as well, the two slowest individuals, with the mighty Nog behind you, ever present, as much of a means of encouragement as you see his slathering jaws, as it is a comfort to know that hopefully, if for some reason you were to fall, hopefully he would catch you. Rory just kind of nonchalantly, he has strapped himself to Nog's shoulder, so his hands are free, and he's actually kind of brewing up something as you guys are scaling the mountain. But as it appears, Henry's the first one up. You get to a large shelf before it looks like you're damn near at the top of this mountain. You were flying through this. Henry, as soon as you get to the top, you hear the ogres just fighting down below. You pull yourself up, and the first thing you notice, Henry, is the smell. It kind of just hits you all of a sudden. Despite the very dry heat of this desert, the smell of carrion is strong and repugnant to anybody with a good, decent sense of smell. For some reason, it affects you a little more than probably most people. But you kind of get a big whiff of this just sickly smell as you pull up, and to your surprise, this is a massive extended looking shelf. It appears to be a few hundred feet, some kind of circular a little bit. And at one end of the shelf, there is what looks to be a small, not really small, a large cave entrance. Nestled within the entrance, you see in shadow gargantuan wings. However, in between you and possibly your prey is a litter of bones and corpses. You see up here what appears to be the more fresh looking bodies that you can see appear to be mostly those of ogre tribesmen, ripped open, their guts sort of ripped apart, their faces literally eaten off, most of their flesh consumed, the massive carcasses just left to rot in the sun, most of their entrails being consumed previously. You see at least 8 or 9 ogre corpses laying up here, in addition to a rather large pile of human bodies. Most of them well rotten, but some of them rather fresh, and it brings to mind some of the bodies that you guys left out in the desert not too long ago. In addition to that, you do see what makes up almost like it's strangely enough, it almost looks like a cage to the cave itself where the creature is slumbering. These massive jutting ribs of what you can only assume has been a long dead serpent of some kind of gargantuan length and girth that is long since dead. The head you can't see anywhere, but you just see the serpentine body kind of sprawled out near the front of the cave, almost like whale bones sticking up out of the ground. Massive, much taller than Nog, probably 15, 16 feet tall. As well as what appears to be a missiles. Shape. Yes. What appears to be the corpses, not really corpses, the remains of quite a few large desert scorpions, which when I say large, they are around the size of like a horse. Their carapace has been split open, and there remains almost nothing of their innards, as you see many of these corpses just kind of laying about. But all of you clamber up to the top. You hear the ogres shouting from down below as well. What are you guys going to do?
And those ogre shouting are gonna wake that thing up. We gotta be careful, do it fast. Can we see? Hey, the way you described the skeleton of the serpent, described it as a cage.
Yes, almost. It looks. I was trying to describe it. It kind of looks like bars across the. It's so tall. It looks like bars.
I was just going to ask, do we see anything like alive in there, or maybe like that's its larder of living things to eat later, or something like that?
You don't know. You'd have to get closer to do that.
All right. How does it look for cover and that kind of stuff? I mean, is it just a flat ledge? Like
This is a flat ledge, but
rock?
there's so many bodies and skeletons and things piled up that there's plenty of places to scurry and take refuge if necessary.
Okay. Luther, Henry, perhaps we, Lucia. I feel that Luther and I should probably get in a good position to attack, while the rest of you, maybe we can either do a first hit on it as it wakes up and tries to come out. The three of you can deal a death blow on it.
Suggesting we sneak.
Absolutely.
The mongrel's still here too, right?
No, he did not come with you.
Ah,
Sorry.
We could do this, bro.
You act like you can't do it. Come now.
You've been channeling and everything.
Fuck us up. I don't know what's gonna happen. Come on, slap us around, slap us in his face.
Yeah.
Well, we need an alpha strike before it wakes up. Something hit it hard immediately.
I'm going to look at Luther and again suggest that we both use one of your most powerful spells at the same time I use a precise shot. Hopefully, well, can we see that? Can we even see it?
You can kind of you can see part of
wings,
it.
Right?
You can kind of see like a wing, and it's completely in shadow in its little nook.
All right. But if I can see a wing, I can at least know where the torso is, so I'll be able to shoot it too.
You can assume, Wolfram.
Oh shit! Man, damn it.
Can make assumptions. That's no problem.
No, I don't want to make an assumption. All right. Luther is frozen in thought there.
Can't Wolfram use my powerful spells as they will burn him. The stipulation is to be unburned.
What about your swords?
It might need to be shot.
You know, when I was trying to defend the horn guy and in my vision,
I will be able to cast. I will be able to cast one spell that should be able to aid us somewhat. But not my normal explosive entrance. So yes.
Luther, you hear a whisper once again.
Oh no.
Use me.
Now live in dire need.
I can
You're
do
precious
it.
to me.
I can do it.
I know you can. I'm well aware.
Okay.
I assume we're going to move in for an alpha strike with our heavy boys / stabby boys.
Are we trying to move in quietly, or are we just going to rush them real fast?
I assume quietly. I'm trying
I have
at least.
severe-
I would
I
say.
have
At least,
severe
at least
penalties
until
to
I
myself.
shoot.
we
Until I
gotta
shoot,
try.
we should probably
You know what I
rush.
mean?
Yeah.
I'm not the best at it either, but you know.
All right.
Okay, I will attempt.
We can definitely shoot.
How much heavy armor are you wearing, Henry?
I mean, if I don't have any penalties to the heat, I'd be wearing as much as I can.
Well, I mean, you did tell me you weren't wearing, like some of it. You were climbing without all of it on.
I mean, I'd definitely be wearing a breastplate.
Breastplate. Okay. What else?
Bracers.
Bracers. Okay.
What about
Okay.
Greaves?
Greaves.
The greaves give me a significant stealth penalty.
They do. Indeed.
I'll say no greaves.
No greaves. Okay. Bracers. Plate. Chest plate.
Mhm.
What is that? A minus?
Basically the upper body.
Yeah. Is it a minus? Is it a minus 10 for each? I think. Or you have-
For stealth?
Yes.
It only says minus 10 on the plate leggings. It doesn't say anything else.
I should look at equipment. How dare you?
I mean, I copied it from the book.
Uh-huh. We shall see, Henry.
What do you mean?
We shall see, Henry.
Page 300.
Oh, you're just throwing the page out.
It says
Don't you
armor.
Chapter and verse.
I have the page pulled up as
Plate
well.
leggings,
Sir.
minus 10 to stealth.
Okay.
Don't you quote the book to me, witch?
The
There,
breastplate
it's
has no
I was there
negatives.
when the ancient magic was written.
The breastplate and the bracers.
Oh,
are the
there's
only
an
ones.
asterisk. Let me read the asterisk. Wearing any mail or plate confers
Yeah,
a penalty of
minus
minus 10 each.
Those the ones that
Why
have
doesn't
the
it just put that in the dang description?
well, the dash means just minus 10. The other one is the plate leggings give an additional minus 10, so they give a minus 20. So you're at minus 20 for the roll just for having the breastplate and bracers.
Okay. I mean, that's what we're gonna do. I don't know if it's passable, but that's what we're gonna do.
That's what we're
Yeah,
doing.
we gotta try. You know what I
We're
mean?
good. All right, everyone, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Actually, I have a pretty decent shot.
That was close.
You got 3 levels of success.
Nice. Nog has 2 levels of success.
With Rory?
So it's a 25 under a 40, and then Rory.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 levels
Yeah,
there.
one level success.
How did Lucien do?
Nog is being very, very quiet.
Well, how'd Henry do?
Henry
I had
didn't
4
do
levels
well.
of failure.
Yeah, how did Lucien do?
I failed.
Just a failure?
2 levels of failure.
2 levels of failure. We're gonna leave it like that?
I'll use
Nah,
my
I'll leave it.
bonus reroll.
Okay. Yeah, use the bonus reroll. Why not?
It didn't go any better.
Nope, it didn't go any better. Same. Is that going to be it, Lucien?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. As you guys are beginning to creep through the bones, Wolfram, Luther, Nog, and Rory, attached to Nog, kind of skid over towards the the most right portion of the shelf itself. Do remember that there's like a ledge around you guys outside of where the cave hole is, where you can fall to your death should you be pushed off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Henry and Lucien move more towards the center,
Straight up the
as
middle.
there's not quite enough room. And unfortunately, as you guys are moving in, Henry steps on what he thinks is a body, but it reaches up and grabs his leg. As an ogre that was not quite dead goes "Ah!" and grabs him, begins to scream out as he begins to shake Henry's head. As Henry thrashes about, he lunges into Lucien, who then topples into one of the skeletons that cracks and snaps. The creature immediately shrieks loud, the shriek reverberating the shelf itself. I need everyone to give me a cool test, please.
Ooh. You might get bonuses. Let me read. Is cool a willpower test?
Yes it is.
You get a +1.
+1. Okay, +1
Because
success level.
I am a war leader, so you get a +1 to your willpower test.
Everyone gets a +1 additional success level.
I thought I crushed it.
Hell yeah.
Man,
I'm going
I've
to
seen
reroll.
a lot of good ones. Oh, Wolfram's going to reroll. He rolled 93.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody heard that. I get 1 level because of Rory and the +1.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
So
Rory talking me down.
What'd you get, Wolfram? Oh, there it goes.
I got a let me see,
Good,
15 plus another that brings down to 5 underneath. Said cool.
Yes.
3 levels of success.
3 levels of success.
Yeah.
Did anybody get less than 2 levels of success? Just Nog. Anyone else? No? Okay. Nog! Nog, this actually doesn't affect you.
Oh, good.
Because you're an ogre.
Yeah.
Damn it. You're the only one that actually doesn't affect. Because Nog cannot be afraid of a normal creature.
No,
So-
no, I would just eat it if it tried to do
strangely enough, the rest of you, Henry begins to kind of rally as the ogre. I will say, Henry, you do have a penalty right now because there is an ogre literally grabbing your leg and holding you still. Or, yeah, what's about to be probably the corpse of an ogre, I'm sure, as this comes up. But regardless, as the creature bellows out, the rock shelf vibrates for a moment, and you think it's going to crack even. Several of the skeletons topple over. Several of the piles of corpses kind of like shuffle and move. Just the raw reverberation, the normal amount of fear that would be endowed to a mortal creature is overcome by our mighty party. And it has no effect. The creature, however, does rear its large wings that kind of like burst outwards as it's screeching, as it begins to emerge from the cave tunnel, or cave, I should say. What you will notice is that it does resemble a vulture in kind of like the normal makeup of it. However, it has a strange, almost like reddish green appearance. The wings are a weird, like red, and then like they taper to a green on the outside of them. In addition to that, the eyes are glazed over, and they have what Luther would recognize with his second sight, little bursts of what would be called, let's just call it little bursts of flares of natural wind coming out of them, Luther. Almost like fragments of, I guess you would call it life, Luther. All right. It appears to be at its height as it kind of like begins to stand up. It appears to be 30 feet tall, with its neck upstretched. Its wingspan is massive as it kind of pulls its wings out. It is not flying yet, but we are entering into the initiative. So everybody go ahead and roll your D10, add your initiative bonus. I'll ask it for you shortly.
That's it. I got 9.
Okay. 9 for... This is not working. Okay. I'll just do it like this. Okay, so we got a 9 for Wolfram. What about the Nog?
Nog got an 8.
8 for Nog. All right, Lucien?
12.
12 for Lucien. Put you.
Sorry, guys.
What about Mr. Luthor?
4.
4. for Luther. And last but not least, Henry.
I also got a 9.
You also got a 9. Okay. I'm gonna say Wolfram's probably gonna go first on that one.
Yeah, I got an initial bonus of 5, so
yeah. Right. All right, I got you guys all in. Combat is going to commence. All right. Let's see here. My 2 failures were Henry and Lucien. Lucien, you will be starting the round. However, if you wish to make movement, you will need to make a athletics test at -20. If you pass it, you can move however you please. If not, you will be unable to move. You'll be tangled up in the debris that you kind of are pushed into. If you don't want to move, no test.
How far away is the Shrieker?
It's pushing its way out of the cave, so probably 100 feet or so.
What are the... What are the range limitations of a pistol?
Let's see.
hold on, I got it here. Give me a second.
Let's say he might actually have it on hand. I'll try to pull it up as well.
20. That's 20 yards though.
20 yards, so it's 60
Yeah.
feet is normal range.
But if you can go double that, but then you start getting penalties. I think it's
Yes.
I can't remember if it's -10 or -20 though.
Let's see here. Qualities. Range weapons. Okay, here it goes. You will get a -40 for the roll.
For anything past 20 yards?
Yeah, anything past the 60 feet. Yes.
Jesus.
No, -30.
What
excuse me.
size is this creature? Do they get bonuses for shooting larger?
I will say it is enormous.
Oh wow, shit.
So for hitting an enormous
that's-
target, you get an additional
That's plus 40.
Plus 40. So
Yeah.
if you're only at a
Come out on the positive.
yeah, you'll still get a +10 to shoot it if you don't mind where it's shot.
Nice. Will I have to make this athletics test at some point if I want to move?
If at any point you want to move, this is kind of your penalty for failing.
Will that count as my action?
No, it'll just count as your normal movement.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'll go ahead and make that test then.
Okay, go ahead and give me the acrobatics test.
Wait, acrobatics or athletics?
Athletics, excuse me. Acrobatics doesn't exist in the system.
Yeah, wrong game.
I get stuck in it sometimes.
I pass.
Wow,
Passed,
look at
no
that.
problem. Okay. Lucien very nimbly darts out of the skeletons. Are you moving past Henry?
I'm moving probably past Henry to a place where I feel like I'm safest.
Trying to take
possibly
some
getting
cover
knocked
as
off.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
But
kind
in a
of
place where I can still take a shot.
move past Henry and the screaming ogre that's clutching at his leg. Brace your back against one of the larger pile of human corpses and take aim with your pistol. Go ahead and give me a shot.
Ha! That's a hit.
You got a +10.
I do.
Okay.
That's a straight hit.
Just a hit. All right. A 71, I believe, is a leg. Let me pull it up, though. That is... Nope, it's the body. It's a body shot.
Clean.
Makes sense. What's the damage on just a regular hit?
Wolfram.
Oh, that's you don't. What kind of using regular just powder?
Yeah.
That's gonna be 8.
8 damage. It does have piercing, which will pierce through some of its armor like hide. So it takes.
I think it ignores the first armor point.
Yeah, it ignores the first point. It will so 8. All right, it goes down to that. The shot booms outwards, Lucien. You see as it hits the hide of the creature, you see a small little burst of a small little burst of blood on its chest, kind of erupt outwards. And that's going to get Lucien. That will bring me then to the Shrieker.
I'd like to use my fast shot.
Okay, Wolfram.
All right, I'm gonna use my handgun with its scope. I'm gonna do a called shot on the right wing.
Okay.
And yeah, let's see if we can get lucky on this.
All right.
And it's enormous, so it's a 40, but it's a called shot, so it's actually plus 20.
Yeah, so you get a plus 20 at the roll, though.
Okay, so 89, and it would have been 110. So that's 2 levels of success.
2 levels of success, yeah. It still hits. Not as glorious as you were hoping.
He ignores the first point of armor. Actually, he's going to ignore 2 points of armor.
Okay, why is that?
Because I've got penetrate, but then I've got sure shot as a talent.
Ah, okay.
Penetrate, I think, goes through the armor, and I think penetrate. Yeah, so it's 2 points of armor is ignored.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's going to be 2.
So how much damage?
13 wounds.
13 wounds. Let me do the math. Okay. And so you called shot on the right wing.
Want to keep him on the ground.
Take aim with the rifle. Oh, just this cacophonous boom reverberates from the right side where Wolfram was sneaking with Luther and Nog. A much larger burst across kind of the right shoulder. Wolfram, the creature kind of winces for a second, though what would have easily ripped through and just annihilated a man appears but a scratch on a creature of such size. As the creature kind of shrugs its shoulder, pissed. It is now the creature's turn. And now it can see 3 people because Wolfram shot at it. And before it could only see 2. So it is going to charge forward and unleash its furious shrieking maw. Okay. I'm going to make an attack against Lucien first, since he's the first one within range. It just sweeps its beaked head down low, sweeping through the bones. Lucien, give me a defensive roll of some kind. I will say I'm going to probably tell you not to attempt to block, unless you're just very, know you're going to block it, because you'll get a significant penalty to block. Unless you want to dodge. Dodge is scot-free.
Yeah, it would be a dodge.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a dodge, please.
How fast can this thing go?
Extremely fast.
Okay.
It also has a 30-foot reach.
It's big.
Oh.
It's very big.
It's top of the initiative, too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm top of the initiative.
He's technically top.
Sorry, sir.
Next.
I'm sorry, sir. I apologize.
How dare you?
I'm on top.
It's gonna be a success. A straight success.
Straight success. All right. You are 3 sizes smaller than it. Okay. That is going to be... Large creatures have a much easier time hitting smaller creatures. Are you going to leave it like that, Lucien?
Is it worth even re-rolling it?
I don't know. It's up to him.
I mean, I'm sure this thing has a high
Oh
hit
yeah.
chance. Since we're so small.
What are my chances of actually succeeding?
Exactly.
I'm
feel like
just
we're all
I'm
gonna be laying on the ground,
asking.
except maybe Nog
I'm
and
just
Luther at the end of
asking.
this.
Lucien. Yes, no, maybe so. Reroll, no.
I'm gonna have to use a fate point in this fight. I know it. I'm not gonna
No.
re-roll.
Okay.
Don't waste it.
Yeah.
All right. The feigned maw will brush into you, Lucien, as it appears that this creature is not natural in many ways. And as its beak opens up,
Interesting.
there are rows and rows of almost shark-like teeth inside of its beak.
A
As
bird?
it flames out, yes, as it flames outwards, and this horrendous screech that issues forth from it. One might say this creature is unnatural in many ways.
What? I wouldn't say
yes.
that.
I know. As it lashes into you, Lucien, it is going to hit in the chest area. So if you have any armor in the chest, you may use that for defense. It is going to deal... how much damage is that? Because I have to triple its strength.
Oh my god.
Because you guys are so much smaller than it.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
That is
Enormous.
dead, man.
Enormous.
Like, dead.
Let me see.
So there's no point in re-rolling the die.
Well, I mean, the
you
attacks
crit.
usually on the big creatures aren't like crazy.
Yeah.
It's like they're like 25, but it's like a plus 30. You know?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a very high chance to hit, but you guys are so much smaller than it that
Yeah.
it's higher than normal. Let's see here. That's going to be... ...21 points of damage, Lucien.
Jesus Christ.
But I'd be on the ground. I'd be dead.
It can be negated by armor and toughness.
I always use a fate point just to say it misses. You know, if you want.
I've got
Can use
to.
a
That's
fate
the way to
point to have
go.
it miss. You can
Yeah,
also
that's a
use a
Wolfram
fate
style
point
right there.
to survive the encounter. That is also
It's
an
gonna
option.
hit
Yeah,
you. It's
but-
gonna hit you in the second round.
But then I can't help the party. I just
Sure.
leave them to get focused.
What are you going to do, Lucien?
I am going to. Where's my sheet? I'm gonna have to use a fate point to have it miss.
Just to have it miss?
That's
Okay.
a given. Because otherwise, I'm using a fate point to get out of the fight entirely, which is better for my fate point economy, but is not good for actually helping my team
For our lives
Okay.
economy.
this fight. Yeah.
It's a stroke of fate. Lucien, some of the bones apparently are more firm than they should be. As the creature lashes its fanged beak through the bones in your direction, it smacks off of one of the enlarged, like worm-like bones, and the head brushes just over the top of you, missing you entirely. The next attack is against Henry. Henry,
Yes.
your dodge is at a -10 because you're being held by a dying ogre.
Okay. What's the penalty for blocking?
Penalty blocking is a -40
Ah.
because it's so big and you are so small.
Oh, all right. I'm probably needs a fate point.
Well, you have to attempt to
Roll
block
first, bro.
first,
Roll
for
I
God's
know.
sake.
I'm
roll that
gonna
one.
roll, but I mean, I'm rolling in the 30s now for a dodge.
You're gonna roll a 1, bro. I can sense it right now.
You can do it. It's
I
possible. Failed.
Accept
Failed.
chaos in your heart, and you can do
He
it.
felt badly. This is going to be a chest shot as well, Henry. You're looking at...
Henry Red's 5.
I can take one to the chest.
what's the-
Probably.
He's a beefy boy.
23 points of damage, Henry. 23 wounds.
Minus my toughness.
And your armor.
So that's 19. 19, 18, 17, 16. I have 16 wounds.
No.
Just at the 16 mark?
Just 16.
Because you did just enough.
Well, I will say,
put me at 0.
0 doesn't give you a critical injury. It just puts you.
I know, but I
and
can't
it
do
just puts you as
anything
prone.
still.
You can still do stuff. You're just prone. You've experienced this once before.
Don't worry, bro. I'll come heal you next turn.
Fatigued?
You will get a fatigue condition.
Yeah, and then I take more penalties trying to dodge on that. I will avoid the hit entirely.
With a fate point?
Yeah.
Okay. Using another glimpse of fate. Shown. Strange things are happening right now. As the creature launches forward, it misses Lucien by a hair. And similarly, the dying ogre pulling on Henry's leg pulls him at just the right time as the spiked beak flies overhead. And ultimately, the last attack that will be made is against Wolfram, since he's the only other person that the creature can see right now. Wolfram,
I'm gonna running dodge.
you need to dodge very well.
Well, I'm not gonna block, so
I know.
yeah,
Make
definitely
your dodge
gonna
roll.
need to dodge very well. All right, I'm gonna use my last fortune point. Actually,
Okay.
hold on. Let me see. That's because I've got 92. That's 4 levels of success right there.
4 levels, okay.
Is that enough?
Is it Wolfram?
I don't know. I
Is it?
don't know. Well, 3 levels below, so we'd get a plus 30. I have a feeling that it's probably not enough, so we'll just use my last fortune points.
Okay. That's not going to do it.
No, that's a fail. That's a fail.
6 degrees of success, Wolfram.
All right,
from the
well,
creature.
I had to roll anyway.
You would have had to roll quite low. I rolled quite.
I would have had to roll a 19 or below.
Yes. Yes. I rolled a 2 on the dice. So.
Okay.
So
Let me see.
you would
Let me
have
see
to
if my
roll-
9 wounds and 1 point of armor can handle this. Yeah, what you got for me?
It's a lot. That's a lot. That's 26 wounds.
I'm gonna use that fate point and magically dodge out of the way.
Use another fate
Yeah.
point. The fate points are rolling.
I mean, that would be like I don't know how many critical wounds that would be, but
It's only you can only get 1 wound at a time, no matter
okay,
what.
because I would take 23 wounds after armor of toughness.
It doesn't matter because it
Yeah.
goes once you hit 0, you stay at 0. If it goes negative, it never stays negative. It just goes back to 0. But you do take a critical injury.
Okay.
All right,
So I will.
Fate pointed it up.
Mhm.
Hell yes, I love it, gentlemen.
Maybe my tortured vision's like, jump to the left right now, and I just have enough
As the
to get out
creature
of the way.
careens
I don't
by,
know.
its head smashing into the wall. That's all it can do. You guys are expending your resources. Wolfram, it is your turn. You are.
I used the fast shot.
Use
So I
fast
think
shot.
The only thing I could potentially do is move.
It's
Or can I even do
movement.
that?
It's movement
Okay.
if you'd like.
I'm gonna move back.
Wolfram tries to. He's like, oh shit, and begins to
trying to
kind
get
of
a
like
little safer
backpedal as
fire
far as he
position.
can. All right, that'll bring me to Henry.
I need to cut this arm off of me.
Or do you want to just use your movement to try to pull free? Strength test.
Is it opposed?
It is opposed, and I will say the ogre is dying. It's an ogre, but it's like
You're strong, bro.
it's
Chance to
dead.
be
Yeah.
an ogre? Could his
Yeah.
pride not can avoid this test?
Exactly. Strength test, you say?
Yes, It's a strength. It's a post strength. Now, I mean, the ogre is like dying, so it has.
I'm gonna take your word
penalties.
for it that the ogre is dying and it's in a weakened state.
All right.
That is
47?
one level of success.
Okay. Are you good? Is it good with that, Henry?
Yes, because I am burning through my resources right now.
Henry, you and just pull your leg free easily. The ogre just slips, screaming. As it does so, it appears weak beyond anything, feeble even. Henry, as you pull free from it and rush forward. Go ahead and give me an attack roll. By the way, what are you attacking with, Henry? I'm curious.
My cursed sword.
The cursed. Oh man. The vampiric blade.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll, sir.
2. Hold on.
Will try to defend itself. It is strangely enough,
2 levels of success.
I had 1 degree of success, which is unusual. I'm surprised I made it. So, okay. That is going to be a hit for sure. That is going to be the torso still.
It will be... I gotta reread the damaging.
You can use the...
Oh, so I can use the 5, so it'll be
5.
16. It'll be 16 wounds then.
16 wounds. Okay, that's... Oof.
Get it.
Whew. All right, 16
And
wounds.
it has a bleeding condition?
It does have a bleeding condition. All right, and it has a... I need to mark that. Bleed. And it is bleeding. As Henry just buries the blade into the creature's kind of like underbelly as it screams out. That's going to be it for Henry's turn. That will bring me to Nog. Ipa.
That's right. So is that kin of mine, that near dead ogre, still hassling my friend?
No, no, he's not.
Is he dead?
He's not dead yet, but he's just very feebly laying there with most of his guts having been ripped out and eaten.
So he's not much of a threat.
No, he's not moving.
Where is the threat?
One might say he is incapacitated and had a death throw of grabbing on and screaming.
Well, Nog needs something to hit. What do we got?
The Shrieker Nog.
The giant bird.
We can't kill it though. I can't kill that.
You don't know. Maybe you can.
Well, I
Yeah,
thought
we
we
gotta
need
do
to
it.
kill
You're one of
it.
the best
But he's
persons
got to
to
come
do
back
it,
alive,
dog.
right?
We're counting on you.
No, you just need
No,
the
we
body.
gotta kill it.
Oh, need the
Yeah.
body. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, then I'm not going to shoot it.
Okay. I mean, you could.
'cause- I mean, I could, but the gun might obliterate it.
It's
So I'm gonna take a death.
I'm not worried about that.
I don't think you're gonna obliterate it.
It's,
I'm just gonna be
it's
honest
30
with
feet
you.
tall.
Oh
Yeah,
no, that might not
it's
obliterate
massive.
it. Let's see. Okay, well, I have a better chance at swinging at it, but
You do get a plus 40 to shooting it, Nog, because it's so big.
oh, well then, that's almost impossible to miss.
No.
It's
a
like
it's a
a
massive
That is
target.
that is a
So,
98%
Yeah.
chance with Rory on my side.
Yes.
Let's shoot this thing.
I'm about to say it's highly
Hold that
likely.
shot, bro.
Oh, that's
Right
pretty
wing.
good.
Let's
It's
keep
like
it on the ground.
it's like 3 levels of success.
3 levels of success, Nog. Do you have a readout of how much damage your pistol does? I think it does normal
12.
12. Yeah, it does 12.
Yeah, just 12 base. Yeah.
So 12 plus the 3, so you're looking at 15 wounds.
With piercing and impact, yeah.
With piercing and all that. So it does ignore a point of armor. Oh, it has impact.
Mm-hmm.
You rolled a
Jeez, I didn't realize that
Three,
impact.
yeah.
Fuck me.
It's Impale is the one where all zeros are crits.
Impale.
yeah, but impact.
impact.
Let me-
Impact is really good too.
No, let me. No,
Is it-
his is special.
It has impact?
has
Yeah,
a
it says
maw
piercing
pistol.
and impact. Yeah.
Oh,
Quality
shit,
ogre
yeah.
pistol.
That'd be
Yeah.
a +9 to his
Yeah,
damage.
you get a plus. You get to add the last digit as additional damage, so that's a +9.
Oh,
So that's 24 points. Of
Holy shit.
damage.
So what? So I roll a 39.
Holy shit!
So I get to add that.
So
Is that what I'm hearing?
no, you get to add the last digit. So you get to add the 9.
Add
Wow.
the 9.
Yeah, to the
Wow.
damage. So you add 9,
That's
so
nuts.
it's
21.
Yeah,
Plus
if you
3,
remember, it was
success is
a
24.
very special pistol that you got a hold
Yeah.
of. Law
Yeah,
pistol.
it's a monster. It's a monster pistol.
All right, that is massive damage to the creature.
Skadoosh. It was very loud shot.
Oh, so -1 plus. Dude, that's a lot of damage. I gotta do the math. Okay. It is very
Who's screeching
hurt.
now?
It's just a massive hole, gaping hole like a cannon shot, just opens up in its chest. Just boom. It just screeches as it's like, it's limping away. It's hurt badly at this point. That will bring me to Luther.
Luther doesn't have much that he can do.
Every time.
You know, I don't on this time.
Dark bro.
I know. Not
got
like
it.
you can,
Everything-
suffocate it.
Sure. Can't do anything.
I can't do anything.
You're in the dark.
You hear the whispers. There's me.
Did that channel wear off? You still channeled up, bro? Or is that?
Yeah, am I still channeled up, bro?
Fuck no, you're not channeled up anymore.
Oh, come on, bro, man. Oh, give me a bone here, you know?
I will give you a
let's see
bone.
here. Whoa, bro. Whoa, not that kind of bone, bro.
Oh, this is the good bone.
Oh, this
If
is
you-
family friendly, bro.
Whoa.
If you pull, this might be one might call it a side dark deal.
Oh.
If you
A side dark
utilize your more darker magic,
Mhm.
I will allow you to keep your channel roll.
Do it.
You will, of course, get a point of corruption for your efforts, but
I know I will, god damn it.
just one.
Just follow that 8-pointed path, bro.
Does it look like it's gonna escape if I don't?
I mean, it is probably going to try to fly away. It is hurt badly.
Yeah.
I mean, Luther always wants to be the hero.
I mean, that is true.
Wizards are so vain.
It's so beautiful, though.
True. I will. Let me see how many corruption I have right now.
Oh my gosh! Come on, just
You're overthinking it, bro.
He's overthinking it.
You ever see me check my corruption? No.
Never. Not
just
once.
Run in.
Is he automatically going to take it, or is he going to make a test?
He'll take
for it?
one for you. No, there's no test. He'll just take it
Mm.
for channeling a wind that he doesn't normally use.
Mm.
Yeah. It's forbidden.
It is forbidden.
It's discouraged.
It's discouraged.
Yes, exactly.
Very
You
discouraged.
gonna let the man tell you what you can cast and can't cast?
I'm sure all the magisters do it.
They might. There's a good chance.
Mm. I gotta trust my compatriots. I feel like, I gotta trust my compatriots. I will.
Get us killed?
Unfortunately, all my spells catch things on fire.
Sure, they do.
We've already burned through 3 fate points, bro.
Yeah. You don't talk to me about this, bro.
You talk to me about this. Damn it,
Yeah,
man.
you're always like,
what
oh,
about
let me
dart,
take
bro? Does that
corruption.
catch things on fire?
Yeah, dart catches. Well,
It does.
actually, technically,
You can summon swords, though.
summon
also
the summon
catch
swords.
things on fire.
We already established that it catches people on fire.
Yeah,
My ability, anytime I cast a spell, if it inflicts damage, it can do an ablaze condition.
Just one.
Just one. Be fine.
This thing's like 50 feet tall. What's one with blaze condition gonna do?
I can do a buff to our
Mhm.
party, kind of.
Mhm.
Kinda.
Or you
I'll
can
just
use that
go up
dark
and-
magic.
So what about your sword, bro? Aren't you close enough to get in for
I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna give it a
Gandalf.
bonk.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a
bro.
bonk with the
Staff?
Fuck that
old
bird,
staff.
Okay, Luther.
Give it a bonk.
Luther's
Here we go.
moving in for a strike.
How about you?
Okay. It will attempt to defend itself.
What now?
That's not good. Let me see. That is
You can reroll that though.
2 degrees of failure.
It is certainly going to miss Luther.
Aw.
As you charge up and you say, ah, and you lash out with your staff. It hits the creature. It just doesn't do any damage. It just kind of like bounces off the thick hide as the creature looks a little pissed. As you're like,
Oh dear.
and you're like, oh. As it pulls itself up to its full height.
I was hoping someone would get damaged and I could just heal him, and I'd feel like I contributed more. But no one got damaged.
All right.
You did.
Let's see.
It's not gonna wing us, bro.
3 of us got dropped to 0.
I can bring you back to life. I can be like,
It's like 21, 23, and 26 were like the damage points.
I don't want to be internally hemorrhaging in order for you to do that.
Impressive. I gotta make sure. I think bleed is just 1 point. Find it though. Bleeding. There it is.
I thought it was 2d10.
No, lose 1 wound. All right, so it is bleeding. I think it has to make a. It's still bleeding. It has to make a test. No, it can't. It would have to like rest essentially, which it can't do. All right, so it's down to that.
You can rest on my blade.
That brings us to the top of the round with Lucien. Creature is still grounded for now. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to pull out my rapier and my sword breaker and go for a poke.
Okay. You run in. Give me an attack roll.
Dude, look at that!
That's really good.
An 11. That's a
That was
critical
really good.
success.
That's pretty fucking great.
Crit.
Critical success. I rolled very well on his defensive roll, but not a critical roll. So he's gonna take that. Let's see where it lands, Lucien. Roll me another D100.
Well, I hope it gets the right wing.
I think that's a leg. Let's see. 98 is the right leg. So it's a little low. But I mean, the creature's passive. If you run up, skewer its leg,
reach anywhere
roll
else.
me one more D100. This will be what the actual crit is. 50. You straight up amputate one of its clawed digits, one of its toes.
Oh, you build us up. Let us down.
What's the damage, Lucien?
Question.
Yes.
In using a fate point to avoid the previous attack, did that count as an opposed test success?
I don't think that's going to count for momentum. 'Cause I wouldn't do it against you guys that way either.
How many levels of success was that?
6 points.
Which was quite a bit.
14.
Not for my rapier. It'd be 13.
Oh, so it's not the pistol. My mistake.
13?
13. Yeah.
13 wounds. Plus, you do give it a bleeding condition when you chop off its tail. So,
Also,
yes.
with an 11, that would be.
What's that?
For dual wielder, would the creature get to make another defense roll?
Yeah, it would. You rolled a crit, so it's the same number.
Yeah, so
I don't think it counts for crits.
Oh, you're right. It makes you. You have to read it again. I do. It does have a stipulation about that. He is right.
Oh, I figured it wouldn't crit. I just figured it would let me keep the roll.
Let me make sure. All right. I'm
Let's
gonna find the talent. Hold, please. I almost have it. Dual wielder. Got
Oh! Use the roll in the critical table to act as the roll for the second attack. Wait.
That's true.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, that's
it.
excellent.
You rolled a 50.
Dang
Yeah.
it. I was thinking maybe I would use the inverted critical roll.
No, you use the
the straight
50.
roll.
Mhm.
Damn it. Never mind.
We still hit though, right? I mean, it's not
No.
critical.
I mean, it
still
might
hit.
still hit.
No, it
You
doesn't.
still hit with a 50 though. You don't
It
hit
might.
with a 50?
No, it's a different melee skill for my offhand
Oh
weapon.
yeah.
Yeah, you take a minus
20.
20 minus 20
Yeah.
penalty.
I'm gonna take a minus
Oh,
10
you-
because I have ambidextrous.
Yeah,
But
so
even
you
so-
should
yeah.
just a
Even so-
minus 10.
Even so, it's not high enough.
Well, what is it total? Because I might flub my defense roll.
It would be 1 level of failure.
1 level of failure. I have 4 degrees of failure, so
Oh.
it still
Okay.
hits. So, how much damage was the first one though? Because I didn't mark it off yet. All I got was
13.
It was 13. Okay.
The
Does
second one.
the rapier has piercing, right?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't have piercing.
It has impale.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This is probably gonna be like 1 wound.
Wait. No, it was your sword breaker that the 50 roll counted, right?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
This is gonna be like 1 wound.
All right. Did you get the damage for it?
Yeah, it's 6 wounds.
6 wounds. It will take 1 wound. But I mean, hell, that's
I'm getting everything I can get out of this.
Yeah, exactly. That's better than nothing. All right. As Lucian runs in, a stab, a flourish, after like slicing off one of its toes and then stabbing it again. This time in the kind of like underbelly area once again, with the sword breaker, plunging in, pulling it out. The creature wails in pain. It is bleeding profusely from 2 wounds now. It is now the creature's turn.
I'd like to do a fast shot.
With what, Wolfram?
One of my 3 pistols.
One of your pistols? Okay, you're going to be dropping your rifle. Drawing
yeah,
a pistol.
Yep.
Make a shot.
And
sir.
I have the sniper talent, so I really don't have to worry about range. I have basically the same range as the pistol.
Mhm.
All right, so let me see. 40 plus. It's going to be a call shot as usual. It's going to be 20 plus.
Okay.
I'm going to take another shot at its right arm.
Okay.
Or
Let's see what you
right
got,
wing.
Wolfram.
I want to keep it on the ground. Don't roll 100, Patrick. Don't roll 100. It's 18. Let me see if it was.
Please kill it.
I had a 90. I had 100 was my goal.
Yeah, you do have one.
So
you
that's-
have 1 point of momentum for shooting it previously.
Okay. So that no, I lost it because my dodge it wasn't sufficient enough.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. So
Yeah, I
you
used
would
hit point.
it would have
So
reset you back
that's
to 0.
That's eight levels of success right there.
Jesus.
Plus 10 for the pistol, so that's 18. And penetrating actually means you skip the first point of metal armor. Any non-metal armor doesn't count at all.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
fair.
there's no armor on this, unless it's
Yeah.
got metal somewhere. But yeah,
Well,
no
I mean,
armor.
It has
18 wounds.
It has its toughness bonus, so it does get
which
that.
is probably like 11.
Yeah,
so,
which is
yeah.
not 11. It's not 11. It's hurt bad though. Like real bad. Yeah. As a second shot rings out from Wolfram, this time from the pistol, ripping through the Shrieker's like throat area. The shriek that it's letting out kind of has a weird cadence to it all of a sudden. It is going to be the creature's turn for the second round. It looks extremely hurt as it begins to oh man, what's it gonna do? Oh, there's not a lot I can do. It's kind of fucked up. All right, it's gonna channel. It's gonna do the magic.
Wait, what?
It's doing the magic. It as it's in its death throes, it begins to. The shrieking gets louder and louder, and little sparks of electricity begin to kind of like come from its eyeballs. And as it screeches outwards, suddenly you watch as the greenish feathers begin to take on this almost like white hue as they begin to charge themselves, and then they explode outwards in a burst of like lightning, essentially across the entire battlefield.
Is
also,
it a magic?
it is magic, Luther.
Can I counter it? If it's targeting me,
Even if it's an area effect.
that's what it just all it says. Is if
Jesus
you're
Christ, this is ridiculous.
Just let him do it. He missed his attack earlier.
I don't give a
Yeah.
shit if he misses his attack. I don't give a shit. This is ridiculous. He's fucking
That's the only
wizard.
stipulation. It has to be targeting me. Otherwise, I have to have a certain spell that I can.
It's targeting everybody. So
You,
technically,
you let him play a wizard, bro.
I know. I'd never again.
You also neutered him in this fight.
He neutered
You
my
have to be in
ass.
this fight, bro.
Hey,
Yo.
Cox, how dare you? Make your fucking roll, you piece of shit. I still have to roll to see if it even goes off. It does, thank God.
Okay.
Just barely, though. So.
Oh, look at that.
26 would be 2.
I don't like
That
it.
would be 7 levels success.
I don't like it. The creature, the electric static charge begins to burst forward, and then, oh God, Luther reaches out, and these writhing flames burst forth from Luther's hand and meet the static kind of wave reverberating from the creature. As they dance along, it dissipates in in almost like this battle between fire and lightning. It's very metal band kind of setting happening off right now.
Hell yeah. I love that on my band.
Exactly.
The clouds above the plateau are swirling around.
Exactly.
As it's canceled, the creature shrieks loud and begins to fly upwards. Flies and flies. It darts as fast as it can. It gets 90 feet above you. And that's all it can do. That will bring me to Wolfram, who's can't do anything because he already used his
A
Is
fast shot, but I
action.
can move
Action.
though.
You can move.
Oh no, I guess I can't because I moved.
In that case, let's go to Henry.
I
90 feet in the air, Henry.
will prepare myself.
You look up at it. Damn it!
How about you?
Henry is ready himself.
I'm
Henry.
assuming it had to burn like its momentum to
It's
disengage from us.
It doesn't have to. It has a ability when it since it's a legendary creature. When it attempts
All these
to,
people with these
when it
fucking
can
abilities.
fly, it can just fly away. It doesn't have to disengage.
Yes, I will ready myself because I have no range.
That will bring me to the Nog.
Oh yeah, I can do this.
What
Do I have to
exactly-
reload my gun or something?
You do have to reload the pistol. It is a one shot.
Damn it.
It's a
Can't
cannon.
do that again.
Sorry, Nog.
Well, shit.
I mean, you could throw something if you'd like, Nog.
Throw a
Like
rock
just grab a
at it.
rock and chuck it in or something.
Yeah.
Rory
Or a
could
bone.
load me up with a roaster, and we could throw a flaming roaster.
Oh, you burn it. You don't want to burn it.
Do
Sure.
not do such a thing.
Sure,
Oh, we
go
can't,
ahead.
We can't burn it. No, we can't burn it.
Can't burn it,
That's right.
no.
No, he said no burning.
If
or
I
you
can't
do
burn it,
already.
you can't burn it. All
Yeah, that's
right.
true. Oh yeah, I'll take a chance at a rock. Is there like an improvised weapon?
It would be an improvised weapon. This would just be a ranged combat roll for you since you don't have anything.
Oh, so just a straight up range.
And do you get a plus 40 to the well, because of the distance, because it's improvised, you'll get a plus 10. Let me make sure. Ranged combat.
So just my
range.
typical ranged.
Because I think improvised is short. Let me make
would
sure.
be could I hit 90 feet?
I'm looking at.
Yeah, because like I think short is like 20 yards, so long range would be 40 yards, and
Yeah.
that's within 90 feet. So that's
Yeah.
the penalty right there.
Yeah, you're looking at you getting like a plus 20 to the roll instead of a
I
plus
mean,
40.
Marius could throw a football over the mountains. So
He did.
And
Yeah,
Nog
I
can
didn't
probably
really
throw a
appreciate
boulder
it.
there pretty far.
We're gonna roll and
That's true.
we'll see if it's enough.
Critically fail though, that's gonna fall on one of us.
They will. That'd be great.
That's a 42. My base range is a 48.
Dear
But
God,
you got plus 20, so that's like 22.
your range combat is a 42, or
Well,
your range black powder.
Oh, so I have ranged any
Mm-hmm.
for my ballistic skills of 32.
32.
And then I have 13 advances.
So, but if it's improvised, it's gonna be your just
Now
your
the
ballistic
so,
skill straight.
so the range combat any is for you're supposed to type in black powder is what you have here set.
Well, where would
So-
I figure the rest?
So just your regular ballistic skill is just
I have
what you have.
32.
Because, yeah, so
Okay.
32.
Mhm.
You do get a degree of success for Rory
Okay, so then that
Yep.
puts it at a.
at a straight roll, and then you get a
Yep.
plus 20 to the roll.
Okay.
So you got two degrees of
levels
success.
Yeah, I beamed him right in the head.
All right. A improvised weapon.
If I remember correctly, it uses some strength bonuses, I believe.
It does.
Ooh, those are good.
Rock. Here it is. Strength
Huh.
bonus plus nothing.
Rock.
So just your strength bonus
Oh,
6.
plus your success levels.
So 6 plus 2 is 8,
It's eight
just for throwing a rock.
eight damage for chucking
pretty
a rock at a creature. Now I will say, Nog, just to remind you, if you were to throw this rock at a human
Yeah,
sized creature, it would
do
double
pretty
your
good.
strength bonus whenever you threw it at him. So you could
Very
like
good.
kill someone
Oh,
with a
I
boulder.
could totally hit
Easily.
someone with a rock.
And
Easily.
the
If-
distance is
yeah.
bonkers too when
Yeah.
you calculate strength.
Yeah. So you chuck this
Good to
thing
know.
at this bird, and Nog hits it square on, dead center mass, and you hear it, and just begin to fall straight down,
Oh,
Oh no, who's below?
90 feet. Because all of you look up as it gets closer
Can I
and
run over
closer
and try to catch it?
and closer. Sure,
I'm going in the
Nog.
cave.
Nog
baby. I'm
goes.
higher.
Nog
Roll in
goes
the
up.
cave.
I got it. And Roy's like, he screeches outwards. And I feel like that's an appropriate time for us to take our first break.
Oh, not a cliffhanger.